Have you ever had that feeling, you've built the perfect strategy, you've launched a product that just makes sense, and your messaging is crystal clear, but then your customers do the complete opposite of what you expected? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. It's probably one of the biggest headaches in business, trying to figure out why customers can be so unpredictable.
It's a super frustrating problem, right? But what if I told you there's a hidden reason behind all that chaos? And more importantly, what if there was something you could actually do about it? Well, there is. And the answer starts by questioning one of the most basic assumptions we make in business every single day.
So here it is. Almost every business plan, every marketing campaign, every sales pitch, it's all built on this one simple idea, that our customer is a rational being who will make logical, well-thought-out decisions. But what if that's just wrong? What if the key to unlocking real growth isn't about appealing to pure logic, but about understanding the powerful, hidden, and kind of messy forces that are really in the driver's seat?
To really get what's going on, you have to look deeper. You need to uncover what our source material calls the hidden faces of your customers, these unseen, powerful drivers that are always working behind the scenes. And these forces have a name: behavioral biases. This right here is the whole game: behavioral biases. They're basically mental shortcuts, gut feelings, the little unconscious nudges that shape our choices way more than we think. And the best part? They aren't just random quirks. They are predictable patterns of irrationality.
Let's make this real for a second. Imagine you're deciding between buying a new car or just using a car-sharing service. The logical thing to do, you'd run the numbers, calculate your actual usage, and pick the cheapest option. Simple. But what if you're a little too confident you'll use that new car all the time? Or what if you just hate the idea of a bill that changes every month? All of a sudden, buying the car, even if it's less logical on paper, just feels better. Sound familiar? That's a bias in action.
So how do you actually use this? How do you build a winning strategy for a customer who, let's be honest, isn't always playing by the rules of logic? Well, you learn to decode the science that explains why they make the choices they do.
And this is where it gets really powerful. Once you can spot these biases, once you understand what's driving them, you can start building strategies that are so much more effective, that connect on a deeper level. It's almost like having a cheat sheet for how people think. Let me show you what I mean with a few killer examples.
First up, you've got social proof. This is that classic, well, everyone else is doing it feeling. It's the reason customer reviews and testimonials are absolute gold. We're just hardwired to follow the herd. Then there's this big one: loss aversion. Get this. Psychologically, the pain of losing something feels about twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining the exact same thing. That's why "don't miss out" or "limited time only" is such powerful language. It taps right into that fear of loss.
Okay, how about the anchoring effect? The very first piece of information you see, like the original price on a sales tag, becomes an anchor that influences every thought you have after that. It completely sets your perception of what a good deal is.
And of course, the sunk cost fallacy. You know this one. It's the reason we force ourselves to finish a terrible movie we paid for or keep eating at a buffet even when we're full. We've already invested time or money, so we feel like we have to see it through, even when it makes no sense.
And believe me, that is just scratching the surface. We're talking about dozens more of these, like the halo effect, the winner's curse, even something called the pratfall effect, which, get this, suggests that showing a small flaw can actually make people like you more. These aren't just cool party tricks. They are the actual tools you need to build a massive advantage. All right, so it's one thing to know these biases exist. That's cool. But the real question is, how do you turn this knowledge into actual results? How do you take these ideas from theory to impact?
This program gives you a clear roadmap. First, you'll master all the core biases. Then you learn practical frameworks to organize your thinking, like EAST, which helps you make things easy, attractive, social, and timely. After that, you'll learn how to create what are called nudges, small changes that can guide behavior in big ways. And crucially, you'll learn how to do all of this ethically and responsibly. So what do you walk away with? You'll have a much, much deeper understanding of what actually makes your customers tick. You'll be able to spot these biases out in the wild, build strategies that work with human nature instead of against it, and you'll have the confidence to actually roll these ideas out in your own business. This is about more than just understanding people, it's about outthinking your competition. Now, a strategic edge like this, it isn't for just anyone. It's for professionals who are ready to get serious and go to that next level. So you might be wondering, hey, is this actually for me?
Well, if you're in marketing, you're going to learn how to build campaigns that truly connect. If you're in HR, you'll get a whole new lens on employee motivation. For those in finance, you'll finally understand the irrational side of money. And if you're in senior management, you'll be able to lead with a smarter, more complete view of human behavior.
But really, at the end of the day, this is for anyone who wants to stop guessing. It's for anyone who wants to start using the actual science of decision-making to build a real, lasting competitive edge for their business. So here's the bottom line. Are you ready to stop marketing to the customer you think you have and start building a real connection with the customer you actually have? It's time to uncover those hidden faces and start building the strategies of the future.